Welcome to Storytime with Grant Dodds. As you know, here on GoldenPeaks Productions, we love to have our camera cars scream Golden Peaks. Jacob's camera car actually just got wrapped and we're picking it up. And my car is next to get wrapped. Pretty soon here, we'll be seeing some designs and we'll send my S4 over to Tint Pros to get it wrapped so we can take that as camera car B. What'd you say it was, Jacob?
Call Jonah and ask him what he calls his car.
What's up, player?
Jonah, welcome to the latest episode of Peak of the Week on the GoldenPeaks Productions Extras.
So I should not say things like
Alright everybody, welcome back to another episode on the GoldenPeaks Productions Extras channel. Today's Wednesday, my dude, and you know what that means. Today is the Peak of the Week. On today's episode of Peak of the Week, I will be kind of elaborating on a little bit of our situation currently here at GoldenPeaks Productions for the upcoming rally season, along with a little story of an old car of mine. It's beginning of rally season coming up here, and we have quite a few rallies booked for this summer. So we need the camera car that you guys will be seeing shortly come together to film the sick rollers that we're capable of. And we also need a second car for the most part on most of these rallies, just for, you know, carrying people around or like carrying equipment around or something like that. It's kind of the camera car B. What'd you say it was, Jacob? Call him.
It's like media car B or media car.
what's up, player?
Jonah, welcome to the latest episode of Peak of the Week on the GoldenPeaks Productions Extras.
So I should not say things like
Yes, that would be preferred.
Okay.
I have a quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, we took your M2 on most of our rallies for Crown. What did you call the M2 when we took it on the rallies?
The B car or the M2 media car?
The B car or the M2 media car?
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, I think that was about the only question I had for you. But do you want to say
it? Of all the things, that's the only thing that you wanted to know. I'm so disappointed. I was so ready to contribute my wealth of knowledge and experience and my age of my dad of the team wisdom on Peak of the Week, and you just want to know what we called the car? Instagram would tell you that.
Jonah, what since you're on here, what wisdom would you like to share with the audience?
Tip your servers, drive the speed limit, and just be good to other people. There you go.
There you have it.
Alright, later guys.
See you later, Jonah.
Bye.
Bye. So, that was actually our first guest on GoldenPeaks Productions Extra. And what better guy to have as our first guest than Jonah, the dad of the rally team. So, as you just heard, Jonah had the M2. He basically had full bolt-ons from Dynan on it. It was a really fun car. He was a little scared that he wasn't going to have the fastest camera car anymore. Because, you know, Ben's got his F80. I've got my little tuned S4. He got a little scared. So, Jonah has actually sold the M2 and is now acquiring the new G80 M3. Because he's scared he wasn't going to be the fastest. On a couple of rallies, we're going to be taking a couple different cars this year. One being my 2012 Audi S4. Another car you'll see on the channel on these rallies will be Ben's new 2016 F80 M3. I'll be taking my S4 on one of the events this year at least, and that is Crown Rally West. So, as you know here on GoldenPeaks Productions, we love to have our camera cars scream Golden Peaks. Jacob's camera car actually just got wrapped and we're picking it up pretty soon here. You'll see another video on that. And my car is next to get wrapped. So hopefully pretty soon here we'll be seeing some designs, and we'll send my S4 over to Tint Pros to get it wrapped so we can take that as camera car B. My S4 currently has a brand new set of Rohana RC7s on it that I just bought, thank you to a stimulus check. And I bought some new Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's on there, so they are ready to go for rally season. I got to do a couple more things to it. I currently own a 2012 Audi S4. That was one of the cars kind of on my bucket list early on here that it's a little bit of a dream of mine to have one. I've always wanted one. And before this, kind of that car to get me here, I bought a 2010 Audi A4. So there's a little bit of an interesting story to this car. I bought it, owned it for probably about 8 to 10 months, and then I started saving some money because I knew I was wanting an S4 in the end. So I got to the point where if I sold my A4, I'd have enough money to go buy my S4. And there was one that popped up in Omaha, Nebraska that was the perfect spec. I loved everything about it. Black on black with the best interior, stick, everything I wanted. So I listed my A4 for sale. A little bit of time went by and I didn't really get a whole lot of action on it until one day there was a guy reached out to me and said, look, I'll buy the car from you today in cash. I said, perfect. When do you want to meet? He said, we'll meet at this time here. I said, cool. So we went there, transaction went well. He was happy with the car. We went on a little test drive and he took the car that night. I was happy with it, got my cash, I was ready to go buy my S4. A couple weeks after I sold it, I get a phone call in the middle of the night. It's like 3 a.m. I was like, I don't want to pick this up. So I didn't pick it up. A couple seconds later, after that call rang through, my dad called me. I was like, what? He's like, well, the police are going to be trying to contact you. You should pick up the phone if they call you. I was like, what? So I was like, okay, and we're chatting, and the same number calls me back as we're on the phone. I said, oh, Dad, I think this is the cops. He said, okay, call me afterwards. I said, okay. So I pick up the phone. They said, hello, is this Grant Oz? I said, yes, it is. I said, did you recently sell a 2010 black Audi A4? I said, yep. He said, do you by chance know who bought this from you? I said, yeah. I said, what's going on? And so apparently the person who I sold the car to had gotten in a bit of trouble with the authorities and got led into a little bit of a wild goose chase. So he was, got caught doing something, I don't even know what, but he ran from the cops, crashed the car, and fled on foot. But the hook here is, he never registered the car to his name. So this whole time, they're looking for me. So, that night, it's 3 in the morning, I'm not home. Cops show up to my parents' doorstep because I had registered that car to their address. And my dad was like, what's going on? Both my parents come downstairs, there's a couple cops standing at the door. And they said, well, your son's been in an accident. And he was trying to run from the cops and now he's escaped on foot and we're looking for him. Do you by chance know where he is? And they were like, no, what? What's going on? They were like, well, your son owns a black Audi, correct? And they said, yeah. He said, 2010 A4? And they're like, no, he sold that a couple weeks back. He now owns a black Audi S4. So, called me. We figured out who it was, and it was a little bit of a messy situation anyways, but they basically said, thank you for your cooperation, and we'll give you a call in a couple weeks. I said, cool. A couple weeks go by, nothing really happened, and one day I got a call from the cops again. I said, okay. I said, hello? He said, hi, is this Grant? I said, yep. I said, okay, I'm just going to give you an update on this whole situation. I said, perfect. He basically told me that now the car has been impounded. Since nobody has it registered to them, they're basically going to scrap it. And I had some nice VMRs on that car and I really liked them. So I asked him, I said, dude, are those rims still on the car? He said, yeah, the black ones. I was like, oh, no, they were silver. And in that moment, I remembered the kid said, right when we bought it, man, the first thing I got to do to this car is paint those rims black. And I was like, oh, no. So I didn't get the rims anyways. I got caught up in a little snafu. And if you are excited to see a B8S4 E90 M3 and an F80 M3 on these rallies this summer, keep coming back to our channel, as we'll be posting on this channel, GoldenPeaks Productions Extras, every Wednesday and Friday, and occasionally on Thursdays when we got our behind the scenes videos going up. And if you want to check out our other YouTube channel, just GoldenPeaks Productions, we post over there every single Monday some of our awesome commercial work. Moral of the story is, you can't